Hello guys, let's do a friend for this lovely AirPod case, so cute AirPod case, but we're gonna do from white yarn and a different color for our scarf. I hope you enjoy, so let's dive into. So let's do this lovely cute case. So this is the way it's opening, and we're taking out our AirPods. Also we have multiple holes through which we could charge. This is the one and another one where we could put our charm. Basically this is the charm and we could put it through here. I hope you can see this hole. We need to do all paws, nose, eyes, make a case, make scarf, ears, and our AirPod case will be done. So let's begin. This is basically all what we're gonna need to do this lovely AirPod case. So we have some clip here, also we have all of these parts, so two different kind of yarn, and this is the thread. If you have yarn this color, it's perfect, but if you want to do the nose the same like this, so it's gonna be thread. And let me cover everything. So first of all, which is important, it's our puffy yarn. For our original one I use slightly brown beige one, and now I'm gonna use the white one, which is let me show this bead. So one, and here we are. This is actually the beige, I hope you can see, and another one, it's white. So I hope you can find them. Anyway, QR codes or whatever, I put a link in description for you to be able to find. So that is another yarn. It's just basic cotton yarn or any yarn you have left, because I think this will be gonna look cute with white and blue. So another part for different yarn, we're gonna need different hooks, different sizes of the hook, which this is 2.0 millimeters and 3.5 millimeters, as you can see. For that metal clip we're gonna need this lovely seam and also stoppers on another side, because you also have without stoppers if you want, but I would use with, because we still gonna use some kind of like shapey space. For shape I also gonna use polyfill, which is polyester, probably it's polyester sorry, not polyfill. For example, for legs, for arms, for nose, for this bead as well. Needle, different kind of needle, because we also are gonna need a thread, which is black thread, and needle, one needle for our like crocheting yarn, and for sewing the thread. This is basically all you need. After you have all of this, we can start. Let's consider our AirPod case, which actually open like this. It's like scarf opening. We literally not taking head out of our bear or anything like this. And our AirPods have a charger here, and another point, it's have some charm we could put there. That's why the same as I did a hole, as you can see here, for charger. I hope it's visible. Yeah, and another for charm, which is the is a hole. And if you want to put some additional charm, you can, and also could put charger without taking out your lovely AirPod case. I would advise you to grab 2 yarn of crocheting in 2 yarn like this, making a loop and all of this instead of 1. So doing basically blah blah blah. Why? Because it will take you a little bit more protection, so this kind would be much more tough. Again, this AirPod case just for cuteness, not for better protection, so be cautious. And I just assume using 2 yarn would be better rather than using 1 yarn. It's one thought. Another thought, because this kind of really puff yarn, I wouldn't recommend if you're really beginners to start with this yarn, because it's really difficult to see the loops and orientate on this. But if you're still happy to continue and follow along, I will show every single steps I'm doing to make this case, to make everything. So I hope you will enjoy it. We will start with the simplest one, which is basically a chain. So making first loop and starting doing chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 chain on loops on our chain, and then joining them in the end, and it will be our row. So we join in with slip stitch like this. Okay, so this would be our first hole for charger. Now we're gonna do 1 increase. It's basically 2 single crochet in the same loop. Leave this end as it is right now, no worry about this. So we did our first increase, then we do our second increase, then we're gonna do our third increase, fourth increase, 2 single crochet in the same loop, and our 5th increase. So we're done 5 increase, and it's basically 10 loops or single crochet on our second row, and we finish our row here. Then, because we want to make it more oval shape rather than circle, we're gonna increase only on the side here, and the rest we wouldn't do any increases or decreases. So what I propose to you to do is we're gonna do 2 increases. So 2 increases basically mean 4 loops we receive, or 2 single crochet in the same loop. So we're gonna do 2 increases, and then we do 3 single crochet, then 2 increases, 3 single crochet. It will be our third row. So first increase, our second increase, 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, right? Then 2 more increases, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3. So this is the end of our row. We started to receive more oval shape. At this point, we could actually hide our ends, let's say this way. We actually cut them even shorter, or just hide them like in a way, just pulling them in one direction, then in another direction, like from one side to another side, and just hide them somewhere around all our already appeared cases. At this stage we actually could try on our already appeared case. So this would be where our charger go, right? This is the hole. I hope it with I feel it, but I don't know how to show because of puffness of the yarn. This is it. I hope it's visible. Okay, whatever. So it's pretty okay size for now. We're gonna do a little more increases on the side. As you can see, we still need, and there are nothing we need to do for our this kind of side. So let's do it. For our first row, we're gonna do the pattern, which actually we're gonna repeat 2 times, which is basically 1 single crochet, then 3 increases, then 3 single crochet, and this pattern we repeat 2 times. So let's do it together right now. And we start with 1 single crochet, then 3 increases, 1, 2, oh, it's basically was 1 increase. This was the second increase. This is the third increase, and then we're gonna do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. It's the end of our pattern. Then our next pattern is start, which starts with 1 single crochet and then 3 increases. 1, 2. It was 1 increase, and then our second increase, and our third increase. And after that we're gonna do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3 single crochet. So we're ready for our case. It's already looking gorgeous. After our first row, we receive 18 like loops on our row, and from the 5th row we will begin to grow our high for our case. So we'll see. Let's start with like 5th row. We basically do 18 single crochet around, which is looking pretty obvious. 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna do multiple rows in this way. Let's stop somewhere after 4 rows, so on our 9th row, and you will see that we just continue to do single crochet around, and we repeat like 18 single crochet in each row for 4 times. So it's gonna 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th row. Sorry, 5 more rows to do, and I will see you there. This is how it looked like. Our like 9th row is done. So we did 5 more rows with 18 single crochet on each of them without increasing or decreasing. Your could be look different. Why? Because I actually turn around, and on this side it look like this, and on if you turn it like this, it will look like this. I prefer this side more. It's personal preference, up to you, whatever you pick. And it's good time to actually check how our like case is fitting. So let's put it inside, and it's perfect. Wonderful. We have just small cover left to do, and it's okay. It's wonderful. At this stage we're gonna start to do our cover from 10th row, So we just crocheting a little bit further till here. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 more single crochet, and then we're turning our crocheting and going back here. So let's do it together. So 4 more single crochet. Just check with you where you stopped and where it's actually a starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet. Then we do just 1 loop, turning our crochet, and we're gonna crochet in back. And we crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I believe 11 single crochet is enough. Let's check. So if I put the case inside, it should appear on the same side. So I would say yeah, it's perfectly fine. Yep, it's okay. At this point, we're also gonna do 1 loop and turn the crochet. So basically what we have right now is our cover for the top where our AirPod case gonna open. So in this direction, right? We just need to make a cover, and then we're gonna attach scarf to actually put the metal button so it's not gonna open. What I intend to do right now is to do decrease on both sides. So after making 1 loop, finishing our 10th row, we do decrease on both sides, which basically means we grab a loop from another one, and just taking 1 loop through 3 of the loops on our hook, 1 decrease, and blah blah blah, 7 single crochet. I hope I calculated it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then decrease. So decrease. Oh yeah. Then it was our 11th row. The 12th row we're gonna do 1 loop, turn the crochet. We're gonna do decrease again, and this time 5 single crochet in the middle, 2, 3, 4, 5, then decrease. So already good. And then 1 more row, 13th row, which we will start with decrease. Surprise, surprise. 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, then decrease. In this stage we can also try the case. Ta-da! Yeah, it's look nice, it's look perfectly fine. We could add 1 more if we want. It's actually covered perfectly fine. You see here. Yeah, it's all what we need. We could actually cut our yarn here or do 1 more row if you want. I would cut yarn here, honestly. I forgot to add scissors. We actually need scissors for this to do anything. Yeah, don't forget about scissors. I will grab them in a minute. Scissors. another important part that we need to start. So I'm actually gonna cut the yarn on the video as well, just for you to see that I'm actually finishing in the same spot I said. I also will include everything in description what I'm saying, so you're gonna follow along if you would like to do so. Gosh, I need to take it out and I can't. I don't know which side. Yeah, this one. Okay, yeah. So whew. Then we need to hide our yarn, which we easily can do. Just pull it through on one side, another side, and do all of this. Then we could pull one, let's say one yarn only, then do another one and take some kind of knot if we want, just maybe 1 or 2 knots, just to make sure it's never like untied, and hide in this way. So this is the logic. The main part basically done is our case. Then we're gonna do the cutest part. Let's make a paws for our bear. So I'm just gonna grab one piece of our yarn and we're gonna do a magic ring. Voila. And then I'm gonna put 4 single crochet in magic ring for our small paws. So 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet in magic ring. Then I make this magic ring smaller, right? We all know how to do this. Lovely. Then for the next row we're gonna do 4 increases, basically just 2 single crochet in each loop. So I still want to make it a little smaller. 1, 2. So our second increase and our third increase and our 4th increase, and that is basically I'm gonna leave the long end to able to join it to the main part of our case. So this is gonna be our small bow. We need 2 of them, right? For our big bow we're gonna grab a thread, or sorry, yarn, just 1 yarn. We're gonna do magic ring. Then 5 single crochet on magic ring. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then for our next row we're gonna do increase, then single crochet, then increase, then single crochet, and then increase. So we're gonna cut our yarn, leaving the long end. Perfect. And we need 2 of this kind of paws, big paws for our bear. Lovely. The next we're gonna do a tail. Again, we're gonna do a magic green. Right. 4 single crochet in magic green. 1, 2, 3, 4. And next we're going to do 4 increases. 1 increase, 2 increases, 3rd increase, and 4th increase. Again, leaving a long end just for attachment. Don't forget that we again can stuff it with polyester. So this is our small lovely tail. And it's time now for our scarf. We're grabbing just 100% cotton, at least I prefer grabbing this type of yarn, and we're going to do our scarf. Our hook is 2.0 millimeters, right? And thread we have a little teeny tiny than we used to have for our white yarn. We're gonna start with 5 single crochet, 5 loops in a chain, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and from this row going on, our pattern will stay the same. We're gonna make a loop, turn our crochet, and doing 5 single crochets. I would recommend you to twist, and actually instead of doing in these loops, doing our first 5 loops in this. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. After that, pattern stays the same. We just continue to making as long scarf as you want, as much rows as you want. Let's say I'm gonna do 30. It's basically just one loop, turn the crochet, and I'm going to do 5 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more time, 1 loop, turn the crochet, and 5 single crochets. And we're doing this pattern as long as you want, whatever scarf you want. At this point we can do our ears. Basically we need to just grab 1 yarn, so making a loop, again grabbing a different hook which we're working with a bigger yarn, we make one loop. So when we're making 2 loops, after that we're gonna turn our crochet, and in our first loop or second loop from our hook we're going to put slip stitch, then single crochet, then half of double crochets, basically when you're grabbing the yarn over on the hook, taking it through the loop, the same loop, all going in the same loop, and taking yarn through all 3 of these loops on your hook. Then we're doing single crochet, and then we're doing slip stitch. So this is our one ear. Again, cut the yarn to leave some space for attachment. So this is our one ear, and let's do our next one again, just to confirm the pattern. So we're starting by doing 2 chain. So this is our start, and I'm doing 2 loop, 1 loop, 2 loop, then turning the crochet, and in this loop I'm gonna take slip stitch, then single crochet, then half double crochet, take yarn over, put it inside, take yarn through the same loop, and take a yarn through 3 loops on your hook, then single crochet and slip stitch in the end, and cut the yarn. It's our ear, again long end to have space to attach. So perfect, 2 ears done. And now we're gonna do our nose. So we will start with a chain, 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're turning our crochet, and we start with increase, 1, 2, then single crochet, where we just put single crochet, be aware our next single crochet will go there as well, but after we did this single crochet we're then gonna do increase, so in a different loop. Okay, so we're doing increase, and in this stage we're not like joining both ends, no, it's different end of our nose. We're just getting, so there are 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. In the middle one we're gonna put our single crochet, just 1 single crochet, and this would be our nose. We're just joining this end with this end, which basically we're doing via slip stitch. So, and then we're cutting the yarn, and it would be our nose. Okay, I will cut on a video, so yeah, leave a long tail just to long end just to attach. So this is our nose, right? Perfect. So at this point you need to decide where you want to make your bear. So because our bear gonna open in this way, right? Let's say this open pocket either gonna go on this side or this side. So basically head either here, like, or there. It's depending you're more right-handed, left-handed, up to you. Oh, actually I didn't hide the ends, I still need to do this. Okay, I'm gonna do as I did here, so open in this direction, right? Here I'm gonna attach ears, I'm we're gonna attach nose. Before attaching nose, we're gonna do one more step. So look like a pig resin pair. Attaching tail, attaching arms and legs. By saying attaching, what they basically mean, it's just, so we have two yarn, right? I'm grabbing a hook. You can grab small one, big one, no matter. From the inside, I just pointed, okay, I want to attach it here. You also could use needle if you want, and you just grabbing this yarn through on a different side. Let's say here, right? Then this you're gonna get, for example, there. It's your preference. It's the stage you can attach whenever you want. I wouldn't guide you where to attach your ears, legs, like the rest, paws, tail. It's not really matter at this point, as you wish to do so. So on this side, when you have like two ends, let's imagine there are two ends here, you just making a knot of them, maybe two knots, and just hide this yarn, or just cut it if you want to hide in a couple of stitches and then cut it. You don't need this long tail, you just need it to put, probably you can use actually yarn needles if you want, with the big like ear to attach, or as I show you, using your hook. I see you there, right? One more point, if you want to attach your like puffs or tail, you can use polyester to put inside just a little bit if you want, but if you wouldn't put it because this yarn is so puffy already, it also would be perfect. For our nose, we're gonna use a basic thread, so which is teeny tiny one, and we're gonna grab maybe a meter or something. So let's do it. Then I'm gonna put it in half. So this is my one end, this would be my another end after I cut it. So right now I have two ends in one. I basically get another side. What happened here? Yeah, this is one more end. This end with a loop. We join with both of our other ends. So voila, we receive a little bit more thread. So it's how we're gonna deal with our nose, and all of this 4 thread one we're gonna put in our thread needle, not needle for yarn, and we're gonna grab a nose part, which is this one, and we're gonna do some kind of nose, which like this, basically stitches from one side to another, and it's what we're gonna do. We joining in the loop like this, and after this stage we just get in this direction, like, and continue doing this multiple times. Probably do one more like thread 4 times, like on half, so like this. Do until you receive whatever you want to receive. So this is the logic. Let's attach our nose together. We're gonna grab the needle for yarn. So whatever needle you like the most. I just always keep yarn inside, and then take this thread through the needle. It's not gonna be easy. Yep. And then attach our nose somewhere here. Taking AirPods out and then just attaching. I actually grab the end, which is not in the middle but in the end, in the edge, and I'm gonna attach in this way, which is just sewing this part to the main part, basically. So you can add a little bit polyester inside if you want, but it's up to you. Probably after you like finish attaching in the last moment, you can add a little bit polyester. So and I'm gonna attach this part. Yeah, and let me take it on another side, and this will be all for this thread. And then I'm gonna grab this thread, which is another one, take it through the needle. Yeah. And we're gonna attach it. I will grab slightly, like really small piece of polyester, make a slightly small ball, super small, and put it inside. And then we'll continue sewing. By adding a little bit of polyester, it will be already look not so flat. The last stitch. And take it on another side, right? So then we turn in all of this on another side with our two ends, and we basically join them. Or because they're quite far away from each other, I would still recommend you to get them slightly closer, like this. Maybe through this as well. Yeah, now they're close, and we're gonna do some knot. Okay, and we could hide. So let's hide one of them here and another of them somewhere here, for example. And then you can cut the ends like this, and another one. Now we have our nose done, and in the same way we are attaching the rest of the parts. At this point we attach ears, attach our paws, and all ends are covered and cutted. So as you can see, and hide inside somewhere here with a knot. But let's just cover again how we're gonna attach our last part here, which is tail. So basically find the place where we're gonna attach it, grab a bead, you can stuff it, you can not, it's up to you. and we're gonna attach it somewhere here and just sewing it. Basically just do the same. We're sewing with two ends, starting with one, just going around in one place, grabbing a bit from tail and a bit from main body, somewhere maybe on half of our way. We almost attach the tail here. We could stuff it, but I don't want to, and there are a little small gap left. We have our another end. And we're gonna attach using our next end. So first of all, we're gonna attach it to our edge of the tail. And then grabbing the edge, attaching to the body. You can stuff it if you wish to do so. And take yarn on another side. Turn all over, and at this stage we can make a couple knots. And then hide it. We can hide it in maybe a couple steps, it would be enough. And after this, cut the rest of the yarn. I actually use the small hook here, but it's up to you, whatever is suitable for you to use. So, and at this point we attach all small details which are left. So the bit which also need to do its eyes and our scarf. And also sew our joint part. Regarding thread for our eyes, we again gonna grab maybe meter or something, and then it put on half. So, grab two ends, holding them together, finding the other end, and attaching them together, and we have a little bigger thread, so it would be enough. So we have it in a needle and we're ready to do our eyes. Eyes gonna start somewhere here. I basically made ears. So we're grabbing this loop just to join in, attaching, and I basically made ears 3 rows up our nose, and our eyes gonna go like 2 rows up our nose. So this is the logic. So we just do 2 stitches, one over another in this way, and do it multiple times until we receive eyes like here. So there are multiple rows. And at this point, after we've done our eyes, attaching all small parts, there are just small bit left, which is scarf, and putting this lovely metal magnetic thing to actually close and open our AirPod case. So let me show how it looked on our example. So in this way, and right now we need to know the length for our blue scarf. 1 second. So yeah, our AirPods is covered. Also thing to consider, remember somewhere here is our like hole for charger, so don't put like your puffs here, just a side note. So this is how it will look like, and at this point we could measure would it be enough scarf for our bear, or we need to crochet a little bit more. So right now it will look like this, maybe 2, 5, 10 more rows, and we're ready to like finish with crocheting our scarf, and we will start attaching our magnetic thing. Just to remind one more time what we're doing for our scarf, and by saying a couple more rows, how they actually look like. Basically what we need to do is how to crochet a loop and how to crochet single crochet, and that is each other row will start with just a loop, turning a crochet, and then making single crochet. And each of these rows are exactly the same. It's just repetitive process, which could be boring a little bit, but in the end result will be really pleasant. So making it as long as you wish, and our next stage is do this lovely end. I will explain it in a second. After you measure and this is enough length for your scarf, just cut the yarn. And leave it like this. To make the end like this, we need the length maybe around here, and then we're grabbing the rest of the yarn, or actually grabbing a bunch of the yarn. So what we're then gonna do, just pretend it's one of our end, and we make it in half. So this is basically what we did. Okay, This is the length we need, so we already have 2 of them. Then we're grabbing another end of our yarn, which is this one, and cutting maybe 9 of these ends for our puffy end of our scarf, like this. Then we're grabbing one end, taking end of our scarf and small hook, and let's say through this one, we're putting it on half, and there's this loop which is exactly in the middle. We're just taking through one loop on the end of our scarf, and then we're taking both of these ends through this loop. And then do the same for the rest of, like, each of this end loop we have 2 ears, like on this side one and on another side. So we basically repeat this all the way around. So in the middle, and then through this big loop we're just pulling through, or just putting through 2 ends and just pulling them. In this way they're gonna attach, because it's actually a knot. This is what we have at this stage. To make this end puffier, we're actually gonna grab each end and divided it for 4 parts. Basically, you see in which direction it was twisted, you untwist it in different direction and just take yarn apart, basically each thread apart, one by one. Let's do one more, and we do for all end of the yarn which exists here. So untwisted it and then separated it one by one. That is. This is how end result looking. So this side is fluffy and this one, so it's take a little bit time, but we're getting there. Then you just decide how you want to attach your scarf, considering that somewhere here we're gonna get a magnetic seam to attach, and we need to sew it till there. Don't need to sew this part to this side, and this is basically it, what's left. After you decided on a place where to sew your scarf, it's time to add this magnetic seam. We basically trying them, like we have 2, one is higher than another. The highest we're trying to attach to the main part, and the lowest we will try to attach to the free part, because then it's gonna be easier to take out. So then we put these hooks on another side and attach with this another metal seam by pulling these ends on different sides. you can use a metal something clip to help you with it. In this way we attach our magnetic thing, and now we're ready to sew. We put a yarn on our needle, so the end we're gonna hide, then attach to the white thing, and stitch by stitch we're gonna take stitch here, stitch there, just hold the end until you're ready to like hide it somewhere inside, and we just attaching stitch by stitch around the whole body of your bear. At this point, instead of going of a scarf like this, I decided to make a little twist and attach it, so it's not gonna look like on this bear, it's gonna have a little twist. In which way I'm attaching this, just attach this stitch, then I place it the way I want it to be, and then exactly at this place and just attach both parts. Put it back where it will. Get it attached to the main part. And then continue join stitch by stitch of a scarf to main body in this way. Now we attach our scarf to a lovely bear AirPod case, and this is a magnetic part, which look okay, but it would be lovely to cover unnecessary thing. That's why we're gonna make again a little part. There are maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows just to cover this. I left long ends just for attachment. We just put it over and sewing it in this direction, then there, then there, and there. That is. And this is our cute AirPod case, so bear with scarf. Easy opening.